And he starts talking to me. He's like, hey, I have your boy Zach's sister's nudes.
I'm a sex machine. I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus. I am a professional author of 14 years. I've been doing this in a number of different fields. I don't actually need a card wrangler.
Not only do I have her nude cider, but she wrote my name above her genitals and anus. And it says Liam's vag and Liam's arse.
I'm a sex machine. I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus.
But she wrote my name above her genitals and anus.
I am a professional author of 14 years. I don't need a card wrangler. I'm a sex machine. I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Oh my God. Oh, I was muted. Oh, thank you, Wildmon King. I didn't even notice. Good evening. Welcome. I'm going to say it again, to another evening at D&V Investigations, where I am Vicky, the one with all the balls. How is everyone? How is the chat? Hello, Henry Bemis. Nice to see you over here. And Hargrave. Hey, how's it going, dude? Wow. So just to say again, everything Cider Hype said in that video was bullshit. I am just putting that out there. One of the most important things to remember for any good Liamologist is anything said by Cider was a lie. Crazily enough, most everything Cider said gained traction. Or maybe not too crazily, because he had Testify, and Testify would go literally everywhere on the planet and repeat it. So, hi, Big Daddy. How are you, Large Father? Cider turned on JDA when JDA came back to Comicsgate before he decided that he was the president of the Iron Age and found that he could make more, I don't know, get more YouTube clout, I suppose. Get more clout ignoring Comicsgate, sorta, and focusing his gaslighting towards mainstream pop culture. Because, let's face it, there isn't much money to be made in smacking around Comicsgate. There's just not. And JDA is not stupid. I mean, he doesn't need the money, which is why he moved on for something with a bit more clout I suppose. He's got his stupid little website and, he's off doing whatever JDA does. I don't pay much attention to him unless I run across him on Twitter, and then I tell him to fuck off, and remind him that he's an anti-Semitic piece of shit. So, Cider was not lying about Liam calling his local police. And that went back to Cider had access to image files for Xenotype. Those image files ended up on Kiwi Farms. Now, Liam is very reactionary, and yes, Liam did call the cops. And Cider ran for office years ago when he was like 18 or something, ran for mayor. And no, Cider does not have an asshole. He is an asshole, but he does not have an asshole. Hey, Snuggy Jr., how are you tonight? Yeah. Hey, JDA? Anti-Semitic? You're kidding, you didn't know? Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe if I have a minute, I'll hunt down the video. I think it's on an external drive though, but it's somewhere on my Twitter. JDA basically echoing Stormfront when it comes to the Holocaust. Yes. JDA is very anti-Semitic. He goes for that whole Christian nationalist, I guess you could almost call him a groiper. He'd probably want to hang out with Nick Fuentes. They could talk about furries or something, I suppose. But yeah, JDA believes that if you are not Christian, then you are evil. That's just, he said it to Roe, about Roe's children, because Roe Kabir's kids were obviously not Christian. He said it to Matt Barr, because Matt Barr's kids are Jewish. So yeah, if you have not accepted Jesus Christ, you are just evil, according to JDA. But yes, he is pretty much a groiper. Yeah. And no, he's clever. JDA is very clever, but he's not high in, like, intelligence. Unlike Ethan, who apparently is a genius at marketing. We are going to talk about that because I have a follow-up from last week of John Malin complaining about Nolan launching his campaign during John's fake closeout. That had ripples that managed to find their way onto Ethan's channel, and not this trash cast, but the previous trash cast. Yeah, because he's only been doing trash casts for 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January, so we are looking at way, way, way too many months now. What, 30, 32? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's been a really long time. Not 32, what am I talking? It's late. I'm not mathing properly. 22. Yeah. That's just been going on way too long. And it's starting to have some effect, actually. In the slums, I don't know. I mean, everybody here, most everybody here ends up in slum chat somewhere or another. And a lot of you don't, but some of you do. And the latest talk deep within the bowels of the slums, and I don't say that in any sort of like truly pejorative way, except that it's one of those channels that nobody watches, which would be TJ's. And oh, what are the slums? You are in the slums, Patrick. We are in the Comicsgate slums. Yes, that would be Katydid's channel, the church guys, even though they think they aren't. Dark Gift, even though he's trying to move away, I guess, from maybe he's not moving away from Comicsgate anymore. It would be Lord Raptor Jesus, Risey's Dive Bar, and Liam Gray's Unintelligent Design. We are all the slums. Any channel that's left in Comicsgate that doesn't belong to a king is the slums. And yeah, here you be. But over on TJ's channel, and it continued today, and it got Ethan's attention finally after, I don't know, almost 2 weeks of this discussion rumbling through TJ and I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, One Gun, had been talking about racism in Comicsgate. It started when TJ saw that Red Riding Hood book being promoted on Katydid's channel about a month ago. It had to be a month because he had his closeout. His fate turned into a real closeout. And he was horrified by the book, rightfully so, because it's a racist. It's a racist pamphlet. It's a piece of shit. Yes, TJ is a cringe lord, but you are in the slums, and most people down here are. And so he was talking about how he thought John Malin was a racist. He flipped out in the chat, started having his own stream, and he's been joined by One Gun, who is also black. And I just say that because it just shows the absolute divide racially and how people see things. See, I agree with TJ. I've always agreed that there is an overt strain of racism that runs through Comicsgate. And a lot of that maybe is just some edgy humor, trying to be auteur and based, whatever that means. But in a way that's performative and not necessarily real. But I think, like many things, the more you say stuff, the more you joke around about stuff, the more that actually kind of affects how you see things in general. And I think the low-key racism of Ethan and the low-key racism of John Malin is there. And this is all my opinion. You guys can, whoever can disagree, I don't care, obviously. But I've seen it for a long time, and I've mentioned it for a long time. It was there with the acceptance of John Delarose, who is a racist bigot, anti-Semite. It was there with your boy Zach, like detouring to Charlottesville for no fucking reason, the day of the protest, the Groyper protest, right? So it's always been there, and Comicsgate is called a hate group for a reason. Yeah, I don't consider calling, suddenly doing a book where the KKK is the good guy because all the black people are bad guys. It's kind of hard to say that there's no racism involved in there at all. None. And so, they were talking about it, and of course TJ says yes. One Gun says yes, but his caveat is it's just some of the people in the slums, like Matt Barr, who will grasp for the lowest hanging fruit to slam at somebody, even if that is something that has to do with their skin color. I'm sorry, Matt, but you do it. You spurg and you say some pretty, like, cringe, vile, racist, sexist, classist shit in your anger. But of course, Liam, One Gun, and whoever else popped in on the stream, I think there was somebody else, all decided that Ethan wasn't which is weird, um, because it all trickles down from Ethan. And I'm gonna show you some examples. I mean, I think the fact that he has been streaming for 2 years about Eric July, and I don't think that he would be streaming for 2 years about Eric July if Eric July wasn't black. Just look at some of his thumbnails or some of the most racist things imaginable, the hibbity jibbity and the referring to him as a monkey and all these like just fucking and I hate this term because it's so overused, but it's all just fucking dog whistles, man. It's all dog whistles. Sorry, my voice is a little scratchy today, so I may be popping in and out as I cough. For some, probably just smoked too much yesterday. Yeah. Oh yes, yes, yeah. There is that as well. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really sure what JDA has been up to at all. Um. Like I said, I see him. I know he and Ethan are apparently fighting now. I don't know what started the fight. Probably JDA looking for clout. He probably did something on the whole Razorfish Shane thing. Probably. Um, he had written some, and this is not stuff I've read. This is just like things that I've seen in passing on Twitter. Talk like Ethan complaining about. Apparently, he wrote an article about the fake out Indiegogo backer numbers that all got adjusted to be something more like what they really are, and uh I think JDA termed it as Shane and Ethan lying about their numbers and not just going by what Indiegogo said they were. Even though at any time Ethan could have, looked to see how many unique backers he had. Any of them could. JDA certainly didn't bother. That'd be interesting if you hadn't already been kicked off of Indiegogo, going back to see how many people actually doubled up on his campaigns. Because I'm sure it was probably a few. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys are even interested in that kind of thing. I'm not clipping any of those streams because they're just a hot garbage mess of people talking over each other. But the Son of Darrell is TJ's channel. Ethan, like I said, he showed up today on the stream because they were talking about him, of course. And he gives out this, well, I'm not a racist. Wait, because it gets better. And he says something. He says, no, this isn't all in I'm paraphrasing, except for this part, kind of. He says, TJ and I have been friends for years. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, you haven't. You guys aren't friends. You're barely even friendly. You say shit. You say some of the most racist shit about TJ. About TJ. You go for you make comments about his kids and that he is divorced and has children, and he's never saying nice shit about TJ, because mostly TJ is critical of Ethan, of everything about Ethan, from his work ethic to his racism, you know, and that we've been friends for a long time, TJ, trying to gaslight him. And of course, most of the audience nowadays, they're all these new people. All these new. Yeah, you're more than welcome to do fart jokes. I'm not really a chick. just ask my fake producer Morg. Gosh, now I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so he's totally trying to, butter up TJ and gaslight the audience because they're all new, all these new CG people that have no idea what has been going on and what things are really like is kind of fascinating, which is part of the reason I think by the last, I don't know, couple months maybe, I've been covering a lot of old ground. And I'll be doing that a little bit today with Liam because he got a little upset about my stream. I only cut out a couple minutes of the beginning of his. I'm not going through all of it point by point, but there are a couple of important things that I wanted to cover in response, which I don't normally do. Yeah, I know. I don't normally do any kind of response streaming because I find that it tends to be nothing more than name calling, gaslighting, complete and total manipulation of editing and language and missing out on things. It's not like the old days. Remember the old days when you could post response videos underneath someone else's YouTube underneath their video, and it would be like this chain of response videos. Those were the days, man. Nowadays, most of the response videos in this sector anyway just tend to be, you're an asshole, I don't like you, you lie, and then it's over with just lots of bullshit like shoved in between there, and I don't want to do that because fuck that shit. Yeah, yeah, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, Kirk Trashy, back in 2016, a long time ago. Hold on just one quick second. I got a cough. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I can't, I'm not doing some breakdown video going point by point because most of it is just pointless. And Liam has his way of talking that conflates everything into one big miasma of stuff. Okay. So before I do that, we're gonna talk about, I want to show you that follow-up on Ethan's stream. The trash cast. Oh yeah, we are gonna cover the kangaroo and cover some additional things that Liam said today and over the course as as the story about the kangaroo has changed and grown and sort of morphed. Um all these little details he didn't think of the first time around that he has to keep adding. So but we'll get there. I promise. First, we're going to talk about Ethan.
Everything that is not Comicsgate is irrelevant and will crumble to dust. Can you believe Rippaverse? How do you feel like that Rippaverse now is like, a diaper fund? Shane, what, like...
Okay, can I say real quickly? Do you know what 9 Lives Comics is? A couple of years ago, it became a diaper fund. Like, what? It's a diaper fund because Rip is having a baby? Shane just had a baby a few years ago. So, did anybody call Inglorious Rex a diaper fund? No! I wish I'd fucking thought of it. Yes. Yes, he should be sending them over to Ethan. If July needs his address, I've got it. Just hit me up, Eric.
I mean, that is...
Props if Eric is staying in that kid's life. He's trying to change a stereotype.
That is true.
But there's no racism at all. None. Yeah, it doesn't exist over here.
I think he is going to stay, if there is a kid. So, but no, Shane, we put up a poll today, and 51% of this audience doesn't even believe the kid's real. Crazy. I was like, no, he's real. The kid's real. I'm sure of it because I saw a pregnant picture, unless the pregnant picture was fake. Let me see. Headless bourgeoisie. I bought a hat. Happy now? Yeah, I guess so. Let me look and see how things are doing on, I'll be happy when we hit $1,000 in sales today on eBay. We're at $984.
Notice He didn't even give a thanks for buying a fucking hat? Nothing? Yeah, I guess I'm happy, man, but I need more money. I need more sales on my eBay. Yeah. This stream takes place at 10 o'clock at night or whatever, and he needs more sales on his eBay today. But yeah, thanks for buying the fucking hat.
48 cents. I'll be happy when we hit one. I didn't sell anything yesterday. Oh, you know why I didn't sell anything yesterday?
Graham Nolan.
Yes. Let me can I take an off ramp here and seethe a little bit?
Yeah.
Shane, I do my best.
We are about to delve into one of the most unprofessional exercises in YouTube. Like this, I don't understand why they feel that literally everything has to be on the internet. Everything. This right here should have been a private conversation between Ethan and Shane instead of it happening on a live stream.
People look to me and they go, "You're a money trade." They go, "You're the guy that when I'm launching a campaign or closing a campaign, I go to you. You're the money trade. You're gonna make it happen for me." And I go, here's the thing, Shane. When I'm selling for you, I'm telling my audience, this is how nice I am. I'm telling my audience to give you their money instead of me. Does that make any sense? So, when anybody is on my show and I'm promoting their book, instead of me saying, go buy a hat on eBay, give me $10, I'm saying, give this guy $10 instead. And that doesn't really work in my benefit, but I do it anyway because I consider it to be charitable work. The other thing is, I don't get to, I like to do this. I like to talk shit on the internet. That's what I like to do. I enjoy it. So here's what happened this week, Shane.
You weren't able to talk shit yesterday.
Yeah, so there was a big kerfuffle, okay? And for some reason, stuff always lands in my lap, and I'm not even sure why, because it has nothing to do with me. But it's like, okay, so we do Comicsgate Kings, and yeah, we're drawing Halloween shit. And then it becomes clear at some point that there's a little bit of bitterness because Graham Nolan announces that he has launched his campaign on Thursday when John Malin is closing his. So there are two people competing for attention and, money from an audience and all this stuff. John is pissed that nobody got out of his way, but on the other hand, and there's nothing John can do about it. I mean, John, that's when the campaign closes. John didn't bother telling anyone either. So it's not like John said, hey guys, I'm closing, everybody kind of stay out of my way.
Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay? All of this bitching is because John Malin didn't bother telling anybody when his campaign was fake closing. So John Malin gets mad that Graham Nolan is opening his campaign the same night that John Malin's planning his fake closeout. Not his real closeout, a fake closeout. Okay. That John didn't tell anybody was happening.
So Graham Nolan hears that John is angry secondhand from John and me making fun of the whole situation. John is like, yeah, nobody cares about this and that. Nobody cares about me. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not doing any more covers for these guys. I'm not promoting them. I'm gonna just launch campaigns right in their faces. That's how Graham found out that people had a problem with Graham launching his comic book on Thursday. So
People didn't have a problem. John Malin had a problem. Nobody else gave a fuck except John Malin, who had to go and bitch with Shane, bitch to Ethan, and then it trickles back to Nolan. Now, John didn't have the balls to actually approach Graham and say, hey, bruh, I'm having my fake closeout that night. Is there anything we could work out?
Graham contacts me and he goes, well, he's like, listen, I can launch my campaign. I found out about John. I know he doesn't have control, so like I can launch my campaign, I guess, on like Friday, but I can't move it. I'm not going to move it into November. I'm not going to.
Okay. So here's Graham Nolan, who hears that John Malin is upset. And Graham Nolan says, I will change my plans for my business, my campaign, based on John Malin being upset about something I didn't know about in the first fucking place. But I'll move my campaign launch back a night.
Moving into November. And I was like, Friday's Halloween. And he's like, yeah, so like if you can help, that'd be great. And I was like, okay. You know, like I'm not gonna, like, Comicsgate is more important than anything, right? So it's like, so what I'm gonna do is
He does all this shit for John and Ethan, and Ethan's like, yeah, well, like, whatever, I guess I'll launch your campaign, man. Like, I will go out of my fucking way. I guess I'll just fucking do it.
I'm gonna help John close. And I can't remember if I had John on my channel or if I went on his. I think
you went on his.
Yeah. So I'm gonna support John. And then like, okay, you know, we'll have Graham on my channel, I guess. And, you know, Graham's like, are we doing it? And I was like, yeah, yeah. He's like, what time? And I was like, oh, I guess 9. I mean, it's Halloween. Like, I wanted to kind of hang out, watch scary movies. But, or the other thing that I could do is like, you know, talk shit and make money. But, so I'm doing this. So, but it doesn't matter. It's Comicsgate. We want to do that. So, got Graham in there. And it's just, I launched the show, Comicsgate Live. I can't call it Trash Cast. I can't talk shit about like JDA or any of these other things that are up there. I can't do it. And the show launches and it's just me and Graham. And I'm like, I get to talk to Graham, which is already like, Graham is kind of like, talking to Graham is I like him a lot, but like, I gotta watch what I say. Because Graham is like not gonna put up with a lot of shit. You know, you can't use the N-word in front of him. You know what I mean?
I mean,
You can't use the N-word in front of Graham Nolan. So I really don't want to have to stream with Graham Nolan. Even though that's the deal. Even though the deal I made with the other Comicsgate Kings is they wouldn't have to be on my trash cast bullshit shows. That the Comicsgate Kings shows weren't going to be full of words that start with an N. You know, that was the deal. Comicsgate Kings was never those Monday night shows. You notice he doesn't sit there and do his usual shtick about Eric July, or all the detractors. They all sit and they talk about fucking comics, and those old heads like to talk about people that they knew and work that they did and all that other shit that Ethan doesn't want to talk about. Because all they want now is the dopamine hits of getting the fucking super chats from talking about Eric July. It's gotten way too good for him. Fuck Graham Nolan. He won't let me say nigger on stream. Okay, bruh.
it's probably a good thing John didn't show up. If they were already kind
That would
of.
have been great if John showed up and started arguing with Graham.
You
Would have been
like
a show.
chaos.
You know, I'm looking at Graham's campaign. I'm trying to promote it. Don't really know what to say about it. And then I'm playing the video. The video looks cool. The campaign moves like $1,500 the whole time. 2.5 hours of my time. And I'm looking at Graham, and Graham's like this. And I was like, you know, maybe I said, you know what, guys, let's call it a night. And I did that for myself. Why do you think the largest possible audience is here with me? Why do you think that is? It's because of the fucking noise that I make. It's what I'm doing. It's what I'm saying. That's what gets most people here.
Sure.
Ethan's always had the largest audience in Comicsgate. Always. He grew his channel, not even talking about fucking comics. He grew his channel talking about Star Wars. But he's always had the largest channel. Ethan has always wanted to have the large. Anytime somebody could possibly fucking compete with Ethan, he's made sure that they got the boot from Comicsgate. That is just the way it's always been. Ethan has to be the head poobah, and everybody has to come and genuflect in front of fucking Ethan and sacrifice to the altar of his greatness in order for him to promote them on his channel. It has always been the way it has worked. He set it up that way, and now he's bitching because he has to do what he promised all these people when he brought them into Comicsgate. Yeah, come on in. We all promote each other. Be on my channel. You'll have these audiences. These guys didn't have fucking YouTube channels, and by the time most of them came in, the whole COVID YouTube channel explosion had already ended. Yeah. They weren't going to have 100K subs. Or however many. I think that's around where Ethan's at now, right? They weren't. They do shows about comics. And yeah, you get more attention because your show is a shit show of everything horrible about people. It's on your streams. Like 4 nights a week.
Sure. But I'm not singling anybody out, so I'm just gonna try to make a bold statement that could hit anybody. Okay. But there's not, but well, you know, like I've already lost, I guess, Razor Fist. I don't need to lose Kings. But not everybody, it's twofold. Like, you make a lot of noise, you're entertaining, you draw attention. Even back in the day before YouTube, you were dressing up as a chicken and playing the keyboard on Facebook. You guys go look it up. It's embarrassing as fuck. But
real quick, yeah, Odie did manage to build a big channel, but he also managed to do it with the help of Instagram, back when Instagram was like, seriously, I don't know. I've heard it's not as great for art now, but back in the day, man, like Odie's selling through Image. These fucks are still trying to get people to buy shit off of their Indiegogos.
You were always like that. You're eccentric, you know, you kind of, you know, want to be the eye. You want to get attention. I get it. But not everybody that makes comics is like that. So you end up with like a lot of guys. You know how like John used to say grab an oar? I don't know how many people are grabbing oars.
Yeah.
John doesn't even grab a fucking oar. John, who has to have his launch streams on Ethan's channel and can't even manage to figure out how to use Indiegogo, doesn't even grab a goddamn oar. It's why he doesn't say it anymore, Shane.
I mean, that's kind of like a thing, you know? And I can see John's frustrations. I can see Graham's frustrations. People don't understand what's going on here or there. But, like, I'll be honest, man. I don't know if any of those guys have a channel for me even to go on.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not happy about it. I feel like I was mistreated a little bit. Okay?
How? Wait, who mistreated?
There's a big piece of information that I'm not giving you right now.
Okay, all right.
I'll put it in the private chat, okay?
All right.
This is professionalism at its best in Comicsgate. This is the pinnacle.
I'm trying to think of what the weirdest costume. I think I was the weirdest costume. I'm trying to think if somebody was weirder than
I'm
me.
gonna bring this up on stream,
There
but
you
there's
go.
this big piece I can't tell anybody. But I'm gonna tell you
2
that I
hours
can't
in.
tell anybody. Because Graham was like, probably
Wow.
like, what the fuck,
see?
bruh? Like, you're not even promoting my book, dude. I
Yeah.
haven't
So
watched
I'm a
the
little
stream,
angry.
but I
I'm a little
imagine.
perturbed.
Yeah, that's enough. that. Yeah, I've had that situation. I'm not gonna lie. I've had that situation, and it becomes like weird. It's like, what do you think my purpose is?
We're still trying to figure that out, Shane. We don't really know your purpose. But yeah. Imagine being one of these guys that was brought into Comicsgate and Ethan told you, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You're a Comicsgate fucking king. But I really don't want to help you with your closeout because I can make more money being a racist, bigoted fuck over on my, without all of you, because then I get to use the N-word. And I get to mock people and say cruel things that you guys, being grown-ass adults, don't want to have to listen to. Yeah. I want to make my super chats, doing my trash cast, and I don't want to help any of you guys. And I imagine, even though I have not watched the stream, I'm admitting I did not watch the fucking Graham Nolan launch stream. That Ethan was not all that excited. That Ethan probably wasn't selling the book very hard. That Ethan probably didn't bring it up as much as he could have. Like, the attitude going in had to be shit. He didn't want to do it. He knew this is the best part. Graham kind of had him over a fucking barrel, right? I'll move my launch, but we're going to launch it on your channel instead of mine. And I moved it all because your friend bitched. And Ethan's fucked, right? What's he going to do? He going to tell Graham, no, man. No, I know you're going to move your book launch just because of John being a baby, but I'm not going to put you on my channel for it. Instead, he probably just gave off attitude the whole fucking night. I don't blame Graham for being a little upset. But then again, what did Graham expect after he'd strong-armed Ethan? And Ethan's not going to forget that you strong-armed him, bro. You're kind of fucked. You'll still be on Comicsgate King's drawing. He'll still let you do that. But he's probably not going to talk about your book all that much. And he probably won't promote you all that much. And you're going to find him giving you the cold fucking shoulder. And in 3 weeks, he's probably going to be sharing all your fucking DMs. Just say it. Just say it. I am waiting with anticipation for the Graham Nolan DM drop. He's going to show whatever it was that Graham Nolan sent him during the stream. Yes, the light box. Yeah. Light box was missing. Last one. Yeah. Liam was there, but he was not on camera. Yeah. Oh no, there is no private with Ethan. There's no private. It does not exist. Yeah. So I would go ahead and, since we're still on Ethan, no. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I think I forgot to load a video. God damn it, people, you're gonna have to wait for just 1 minute. I'm gonna continue to try and talk. But yeah, this whole Kings thing is just it can't. It's not gonna be able to make it. It just can't. All the other guys looking to see how he treated Graham. And then the worst of it is not even whatever happened on that fucking stream in particular. It's that here, Ethan is talking about it like this. Like this kind of transparency is necessary. That this isn't all just about riling up his audience and getting some fucking drama like shot into his stream. Why? You couldn't like pick on Eric July some more? Is that getting old? Is it getting tired? Instead, you decide to have some sort of open, honest conversation about how Graham Nolan did you wrong because you didn't get to collect your super chats. Oh, it gets even better. This is why I bet you, and why Graham Nolan, and I'm guessing it was Graham Nolan, sent him some sort of a message during the stream because Ethan decided, fuck this shit. I'm not doing one of these polite fucking promo streams the way Graham Nolan would want to do it. Apparently, according to Ethan, in his telling to Shane, is he decided to, toss all proprietary... God, I can't even fucking talk. It's too late. Toss it all to the wind, and he was just gonna act like it was a fucking trash cast show and talk like it was trash cast. And I'm sure Graham Nolan was kind of like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? We don't want to be associated with this. I mean, that's what I would do. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? What in the fuck? So Graham probably said he was going to Friday Night Tights. That would be fucking awesome. Oh, we all know, Large Father, that they'll just go after anybody. Anybody. Poor Shane's little fifis were so hurt by Razor Fist. It was crazy. We're going to move on to something new, though. Let's move away from Ethan. I just can't even with him anymore. And I feel like I've been talking about him for almost 50 minutes. And it was mostly about TJ. And the racism that they're actually starting to talk about within Comicsgate. Somebody later on tonight will probably be e-fapping fucking Liam. It'll probably be Risey. That seems to be his new job. Right? Right?
There's just something I want to say real quick too to Spencer Toons in the chat. He says, Liam called Wires. We are Wires. Like, my wife is a vet. We're registered with Wires. All good. Everything's
What's
okay.
Wire? What's Wires?
It's basically animal rescue. It's basically.
Well, apparently you're an expert at it. Yeah.
It's basically animal rescue. It is animal rescue. It is. And somehow this was not the video I thought it was going to be, but we're going to go with it anyway.
Yeah. And killing animals.
I was just saying, he killed and he rescued the baby from an abusive mother.
Yeah.
Clearly, yeah.
Hero.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
hero. That's right. I need Cecil as my PR man.
Yeah. She had a gun.
She had a gun, yeah. She threw the first punch.
Well, that's true. She did, so. Yeah, this is crazy. Liam, what adventures you have in Australia? Must be nice.
Yeah, I mean, last week, the reason I wasn't here for Kings last week is because one of the government pipes busted that are out near my property that send water through, and we got 30 feet of erosion, and it washed out like a whole area of my fence line, like 30 feet. If you can imagine what that looks like, it's huge. It's like a hill. It's like a giant wound in the side of the planet. It's crazy. And
covered all those bodies from dead kangaroos you killed.
Yeah, they raised again. Nothing so fantastic. Just it took the fence down, and then all my cattle got out. So like that's like if you go watch my latest, well, my second latest farm video, it's just me standing there, and it's just all of my cattle just wandering around, like all these little baby cows and everything everywhere, these calves and shit. I'm like, how am I gonna get all of these guys back?
How many you have cows?
I didn't see a cow video. The last farm video, I only looked at 2. One was him burning shit, and another was, I don't even, maybe it was a cow, but it wasn't a whole bunch of cows.
You have cattle?
I have lots of cattle, man. Like that's what I do. That's what I do. When I thought my whole career was ruined and in the arts, and that's what I was like, I need something that I can't be made invalid on. And so we do cattle. We live in the largest sort of beef capital area in Australia, and all of the leather and stuff that's used in Nike comes from our cows.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow. How many cows will you be?
Yes, according to Liam, his cows give you all the leather that is used by Nike. I know, it was an exaggeration on his part, and he probably just means our cows, or cows from this area. The leather goes to Nike. Yeah.
Be all right with the zombie apocalypse, you know?
Yeah, well, that's yes, that's the plan, is to be self-sufficient and self-sustainable, and
What are these cows? Do you buy grain for them, or does your land have enough like food for them?
They free range, but I do have to get them grain. We do have to get them more feed anyway. I have to get them feed. I did that this morning. That was at least for half the property. But normally I do that in the morning. That's like my first thing I do. I go around every morning and I go fill the troughs up, and then I come back and sleep. Then work through the middle of the day, and then I do my comic stuff and my streams.
How much is a cow? If I want to come and I want to buy a beef cow from you or a bull, I don't know which one's more money. How much is it?
I'll send. That's private. I'll send.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
No. It's just like I don't want to. Yeah. I'll send that to you as a DM.
I'm sorry, but if they're selling cattle, they're not selling cattle like a cow at a time. Like, why would the price of a cow, even an approximation of how much it would cost per steer, be private? It's because he has no fucking clue how much the cattle would sell for. It's not his farm. It's that simple.
It's not you. But
And Australia does not supply Nike leather for shoes. See me, I don't know. I will take your word for it, Monkey King of Zealandia. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure. He says it comes from U.S., Italy, and China. Yeah. I believe that. Yes, Aldous on the farm says beef is a commodity. There is a price that anyone who raises cattle should be able to cite on the spot. Yes, he should be able to tell you what cattle futures are trading at today, but he cannot. If you are not subscribed to Aldous on the Farm over here on Twitter, you should be, by the way. Nice to see you, Aldous. But yeah, he doesn't know. And the reason he doesn't know, as I said, is because it's not his farm. Liam doesn't own a farm. I'm sorry. There was even more. There was even more today, but you all saw the kangaroo video. I'm assuming, where he found the Joey, and I kind of mashed this up. I took the video from one, I took the audio for another, because the story got even more fucking gruesome than the first telling. So I'm gonna share the second.
Everyone missed the Joey stream yesterday. I know. Everyone's like, hey, Liam, can you put a kangaroo on stream? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Kangaroo bursts into my house. I have to fucking break the motherfucking thing's neck. It's got a baby. Now I've got a baby Joey. I put it on stream. I'm thinking, hey guys, come and name the Joey with me. I get 0 viewers. I get like 3 people come in and no one talks. I'm holding this baby Joey going, yeah, I just murdered its mother. My wife left the door open, the back door open, and it came into my house, smashed everything to pieces, attacked me while I was cooking 2 pork chops. I've got blisters all over my stomach right now and a hole the size of a 50-cent piece in my guts from the fat, the boiling fat that splashed all over me. And then I had to fight this mother kangaroo, not realizing it was a mother kangaroo, in my living room. It was the most Australian thing ever. I would have been angry at my wife for leaving the door open, except it was too fucking funny. It was too funny. I could not get the thing out. I pushed it. I kicked it in the ass. I tried to drag it out. It just kept coming back in. It went into the bathroom and knocked down all of shit everywhere there and glass smashed everywhere. It came out. It was like all through the house. And then in the end, I've got a hold of this thing and it's biting into me. And they hurt like a motherfucker when they bite. It's kicking me and it's biting me. And I'm just like, fucking enough. And I had to fucking snap the motherfucker's neck. We fed it to the dogs. And then it's lying there and it's moving. And my missus is like, Shenny's like, it's still moving. I'm like, it's dead. Just let it die. I need to rest. I almost had a fucking heart attack. I was so tired. I was like sitting there going, fucking hell. Cat sitting there on the couch trying to catch my fucking breath. And she's like, it's still moving. I'm like, it's dead. Its head is halfway around the other way. It's fucking dead. And then I look over and its stomach's all moving and shit. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And then Elle's like, look, there's an ear. It's got an ear. And I'm like, oh no, it's a Joey. Ah, motherfucker. So yeah, now we have a Joey. And my dogs get like what would be about what? $2,000 worth of kangaroo meat over the next few days, I guess. They're strong, guys. They are fucking strong. You know, it's like a deer. But anyway, moving on. I'm guessing saying once you've given somebody $200 or $300, when they say, "Oh, add another $10," it's still insulting. International shipping is a different thing. Well, thank you for your understanding, Jay. I appreciate that. They should do a tournament style, so those that don't pass can vote. Did convention scenes where I was like an illustrator.
The rest of it just goes into the rest of his regular stream. Now, I don't know how much of this story I believe. Granted, I see him holding a fucking kangaroo on a live stream. I just don't know. One, he battled a fucking kangaroo and he doesn't have a mark on him. It bit him, but there are no bite marks. According to Liam, the only marks that he had were some bruises on his belly from where he splashed his pork chop grease. It ran around the house. It ran through the house. It went from room to room. And he just had to kill the kangaroo. Couldn't get locked in a room while he called animal rescue or even Wires, which is right down the fucking street. No. Liam somehow, how did Risey put it? Put the kangaroo in a figure 4 leg lock like he was fucking Ric Flair and then twisted its neck. There are laws in that country about killing kangaroos, believe it or not. You can cull. They do have culls, but you have to have a license. You have to have a license to even have one for rehabilitation purposes. If you can't keep them as a pet. You can't kill them willy-nilly. You can only come back with appropriate response. Now, it seems to me, and I understand I've never had a kangaroo loose in my fucking house, but there are doors in homes. And at one point, he was talking about how it was in the fucking bathroom, but he couldn't close the bathroom door on it, I guess. And then he says he fed it to the dogs. Like, the order in which he tells this story. He kills the fucking kangaroo. He feeds it to the dogs. And then he notices that the thing's belly is moving and sees the joey. After he's fed the carcass to the dogs, instead of calling the authorities like he is required to do so they can come and do something about the fucking joey he has kidnapped, he fed the kangaroo to his dogs. It's still in his yard because it's going to take days for the dogs to eat the fucking kangaroo. He has a rotting corpse of a kangaroo sitting in his yard. And I'm supposed to fucking believe that? That his neighbors aren't bitching about the dead fucking kangaroo in their neighborhood? That it's not attracting other dogs in the neighborhood to his fucking yard? That it's not wreaking all sorts of havoc? Having a dead fucking kangaroo? And like I said, I don't know if I actually believe that he killed it with his bare hands by breaking its neck in the middle of his fucking living room. Because he doesn't have a mark on him. At all. None. I know. It's not a red. It's a gray. It's smaller, but it's still a big fucking animal. Liam's a manlet with little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. How did he get his fucking arms around the neck of a kangaroo? And not get kicked, not get scratched by those goddamn fucking nails, and not have any bite marks? I guess that's a question for the ages. And part of the problem here is when Liam was on Comicsgate Kings, and he actually started this yesterday. Up until last week, Liam's wife had been a vet tech. As a matter of fact, it's how Einen Prime found them in the first fucking place when they were still living in Grafton. Because she was a vet tech. Vet tech. Suddenly, in the last couple of days, Liam's wife has become a veterinarian. The fastest fucking doctorate program I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life. 2 fucking days. Now she's a vet. He says this during he's on TJ's stream today during the racism talk. And he starts telling everybody in the chat, and I've just heard this on, he just said it on Comicsgate Kings. Oh, it's no worry. My wife is a vet. No, she's not. And as he starts saying, my wife is a vet, I start typing in the chat, don't fucking say it. I didn't say fucking. I didn't type fucking that particular time. I said, don't say that your wife is a vet, because she's not. You will be lying. Liam gets all discombobulated, insists that it's true, starts screaming and yelling about how his wife was the only vet in the Cook Islands. Okay. Your wife was the only vet on the Cook Islands. Now, me being curious, I go ahead and I look up. There is only one vet in the Cook Islands. It is a charity. It is a charity. They have a vet. Everybody else but the vet are all volunteers. She has not been there since 2017, if she's been there at all, because 2017 is when it changed from one charity to another charity. And on that final post, she says, "Oh, what great memories." So we would assume that was before 2017. The woman is in her mid-30s. Was she like the youngest vet to ever run the only vet clinic on a fucking island? And then, as a single mom, slings her way back to Grafton? To Grafton. Doesn't become a vet in Grafton. No. At one point, she was working as vet tech. So she went from being a vet to a vet tech. And now she is not a vet tech. She's not a vet either. I know what she does. And she's definitely not a veterinarian. And he says that because she's a vet, they're automatically they are part of Wires. They belong to Wires because his wife is a vet. And I know he's going to start freaking the fuck out, flipping out. I'm doxing, I'm stalking, I'm doing all this other shit. Well, Liam, if you didn't say the lie, I wouldn't have to try to find the truth. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Remember me? I'm the one that doxed your grandma's gas station. You think I'm not going to go try to find shit out? I had your docs long before it showed up on Kiwi Farms and long before JDA shared it with that Indiegogo email, and I never gave it out. Do you think I wouldn't have your docs again? And I'm not threatening sharing Liam's docs. As a matter of fact, I've gone through, I have screenshots of his fucking YouTube channel that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit, and I redacted his kid's face. I'm not looking to dox you, Liam, but you can't lie because I know the fucking truth. It's that simple. She's not a veterinarian. And you better have contacted Wires. It only cost me $60 to get an international card for my phone. I have $60. I can easily make some fucking phone calls. Would that be stalking? No. It's holding your feet to the fucking fire, bruh. You illegally killed a fucking kangaroo, in my opinion. You've kidnapped an animal that you're not even legally allowed to have. And you didn't even think of the Wires thing until somebody else mentioned it to you. Why? The first thing you did should have been to call and report this to the fucking authorities. Yeah. Is it like North Carolina where you hit it with your car and you can eat it? God, that's so gross. Yeah, just so fucking gross. Hold on, I'm gonna cough again. Sorry. Yeah. But she's not. And you know, I was mildly amused by the Rue story at first, except for the whole dead Rue in the living room thing. Ugh. Until the story, like, never became. We contacted the authorities and let them know what happened. And because the kangaroo, the little Joey, is just a Joey, it can't go back out into the wild by itself. So we're going to foster it for a bit, which makes absolutely no sense because by the time they're done fostering it, the damn thing won't be able to go back into the wild anyway. It's going to be too domesticated. It should be at an actual fucking rescue if they have it. If they don't, and the poor little thing has to be put down, that's Liam's fault too. You know? Like, I think that Perth had it right. Perth Comics said that he thinks that Liam hit the fucking thing with his car. And that's what I think happened too. I don't know. I'm not seeing his car. I don't give a shit about his car. But it's the only thing that makes sense because Liam doesn't have a mark on him. Oh, hello, Lorenzo Sleestack, my friend. How are you? Ah, nice to see you. Really nice to see you, Lorenzo. And you still have a wrench. Excellent. So, I have one more. It's just a quick clip from the beginning of Liam's response to me from last week. The responses that I don't normally do. I know. But I just have a few things that need to certainly be cleared up. Nobody has to tell lies about you, Liam. This happens every time. You make the friends, then you start the bullshit, and then...
What do I start? Actual examples, evidence. What have I started? Show me what I started.
Out come the fables and out...
So everything I do and say is a lie. The assertions that everything I do and say is a lie immediately. Okay, go on. Good faith, go on.
Comes lies, and then they go, oh man, Liam's kind of full of fucking shit.
You accuse me of being a liar. You accuse me of misrepresenting things. You completely deflect from reality. You don't come to me as a source for anything while forming opinion.
I don't go to Liam as a source because I know I'm going to be fed shit. I'm going to be fed bullshit. I'm going to be given half-ass receipts that don't say what they say. And Liam is going to make up a story. In my opinion, I believe that that is what will happen. It's why I don't ask him. It's why I go for primary sources. If I can find documentation, I will utilize documentation over anything that Liam tells me. Because I've heard way too many lies.
You attack the quality of my my receipts. You don't actually look for clarity. You look for content, and then when you don't get the content you want, I guess that's okay to just accuse me of being a liar nonstop,
Okay, real quick. This is not the content I want. Man, if there was something else happening that, I don't know, caught my attention, I would love to get out of fucking Comicsgate, man. I would love to just be talking about something else. But here I am in Comicsgate, having to once again clarify and show the truth of what really happened. Because Liam can't stop fucking lying. He can't stop fucking lying to me in the conversation I'm not actually having with him in his video. Like, I don't care about my content. Like, I mean, I care that I'm doing content. And yeah, I had an interesting time over the last couple of days. You know, I got to dig and look for shit and re-look for shit and find old shit that I couldn't remember where I put it. And that was all fun and games. Yeah, sure. But as far as like trying to make an audience happy with my content, I'm sorry, but I'm not. No offense to any of you guys watching, all 97 of you as of this very moment. I mean, I'm glad that you're here and thank you for joining me, and I appreciate that you're giving me views on my YouTube channel. But But it's not that I'm out there searching for fucking Liam content because I need to do Liam content like everybody else on the fucking planet is doing Liam content. The difference is I focus on something that I can actually prove instead of just spewing the same kind of bullshit that everybody else does. If you hear about Liam making Odie do naked jumping jacks and push-ups and shit, that's all baloney. That's all made up by Cider. The fucking screenshots, the video, that was a War Campaign live stream, and War Campaign talked him into fucking doing it. So no, Liam wasn't making Odie do weird ass fucking shit like that. See? You gotta try to find the real shit, the stuff that actually happened, versus all of the quote lore. And a lot of the lore is garbage. That shit that never actually occurred is piled on top of Liam because he can't. It's easy to pile lies onto somebody who isn't truthful. How do you fight it when you're known, when your reputation is that of a liar and somebody makes up a lie about you? Who's going to believe you when you say they're full of shit? Nobody. Nobody. Because it doesn't work that way. You know? Like, you have to, the only way you can salvage a reputation is to have a reputation to salvage. When I was being sued by Poulter, there's something called being defamation proof. And you are defamation proof when your fucking reputation is so shit that there's nothing bad anybody can say to make it worse. There. That is Liam's problem in a nutshell. He has made himself defamation proof.
Present things, say things never happened. I'm delusional. I'm making up fables. It's all inside my own mind. Meanwhile, you've never asked for a source on anything. You trust hearsay from other people, secondhand accounts, you know. All this shit keeps happening, and you know well it keeps happening because people go and start shit. Oh, Liam's lying. Liam's this. How? Where? Every time I address and answer this shit, it gets ignored. It's never good enough. It's never to your satisfaction. I'm standing in front of a motherfucking police station, and that still wasn't good enough for you, Vicky. I was standing in front of a police station with a fully decorated officer in uniform telling you guys what is real. But because I didn't spend $120 per incident, of which there was like fucking 26 or something incidents.
There were 26 incidents that Liam apparently reported to the police. And he doesn't have paperwork about a single solitary fucking one of them. None of them. I could go. Just because you went to a police station and you have these 20 odd reports doesn't mean shit. It just means that you went to the police 20 odd times. It doesn't mean that what you told the police was real. It doesn't tell me what the police found when they investigated, if there was an investigation, what the fucking outcome was from the cops. Because that's the receipt. Not that you went to the police station. The receipt is what is the paperwork from the fucking cops talking about all of these incidents. And what they investigated and what they found. And I'm sorry if it's going to cost you fucking money. Pick one. Just fucking one of them. You're all rich, right? You don't need crowdfunding, you said the other day. I don't need to crowdfund comics. I just do this because I want to help people. Really? If you don't need to crowdfund your comic, you could have spent 125 Australian fucking non-dollars at the police station to get one report. Just one. That's all. You didn't need to get all of them. Standing there with a fucking video camera in front of the fucking police station means nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And that's why I ignored it. And that's why I didn't pay any fucking attention to what happened because of it. Because it was nothing.
Because I didn't do that and give you case numbers to make YouTube shows, you know, I'm a liar. I'm all lying. I did this all for a show, right? I moved out the middle of nowhere for show. My whole life's all a show. It's not at all, you know, a stress. You know, you literally say I had nothing to do with the Slick Jimmy case. I did. And
no, you didn't.
I found previous links to rooms that stuff is there. Now, unfortunately, there's not much fucking history because stuff's fucking not collected, which you can check for yourself. But
you know, he has it all. He can prove it. But the shit's not fucking collected. But don't worry. Don't worry. He's going to collect it all.
I'm working on it.
He's working on it.
Tomorrow I'm going to get on the police and see if I can get records and stuff. Because I'll show what fucking went down. Right?
Yeah. Those records, you know. The records that don't exist. The records he never popped up. The ones that he was going to get tomorrow, a week ago, that still aren't here. Because they don't fucking exist. Because he didn't have anything to do with the arrest of Slick Jimmy.
I'll show what fucking went down with this. You're gonna go to Yellow Flash and do you remember being drunk and calling Liam a snitch for going to the FBI? We don't do that. We don't do that in Comicsgate. It's like he doesn't remember. Credible. You're like, I don't like Yellow Flash. He wasn't talking about, you know, the pedophile thing because he never spoke about that publicly. But
yeah, he didn't speak about it then publicly. Probably because there was nothing to talk about. Wow. Tug's friend, Slick Jimmy, got popped. Okay? We all know that. As a matter of fact, I don't even think, aside from one having to defend himself against some accusation, Tug never mentioned it. I never saw anything from Yellow Flash. But yeah, I would expect if Yellow Flash knew about a fucking folder that had inappropriate images of young girls in it that he had seen and knew. You think just because he was drunk after he was sober, he wouldn't remember? Or before he got drunk, he didn't know about it? No, I'm gonna take Yellow Flash's word because I went to him in fucking private and he had no reason to lie to me. None. He doesn't like me either. Jesus.
There's a reason that the Yellow Flash and that Umbrella guy were pissed off. You don't look at the timeline of what's happened. You say it's all gobbledygook in my mind. You say I'm crazy. All of this other shit. You say I'm a liar, a fraud, all this other stuff. You talk about this court. Oh, Liam's deflecting from a court case that was thrown out of court that has nothing to do with Liam Cameron Gray. Like, so I'm a liar. So you're defending John De La Rosa's narrative that I'm going to jail now. I was going to jail for what was 17 minutes. And what even is this? You know, get out of here. This is ridiculous. You know, but hey, Liam's going to jail. What? Fucking, you have no idea about anything. You got a whole bunch of glimpses of things and you think you got a full thing. You want to have me fight with RGE or something. You're angry I'm not fighting with RGE.
No, I'm not angry that you aren't fighting with Raging Golden Eagle. But I'll get more into that in a minute. Yeah, so I'm going to start. What Liam does, and if you go and you listen to any of the streams where he bitches about people, is he conflates all this stuff that everybody else, that other people did, things that other people said. Now, interestingly, let's start with JDA. Okay? So, back, I even have visuals. I know. I found this old tweet and shit and everything. So, no, I am not defending John Delarose. As a matter of fact, in September of 2023, during a stream on John Delarose's channel with, of course, Cider, unsurprisingly, they were telling everybody how Liam had a court date, right? Liam has this court date. And I said, no, motherfuckers. JDA's lying. Because the screenshot that they're using from their stream the day before, that Liam had a bail hearing in Sydney on 8/31 when he's streaming. He's live streaming from his own fucking house in Grafton. Right? And JDA's like, Liam's going to jail. Liam's got a bail hearing. For God only knows what. We don't know because it's JDA Insider. Because we know for a fact that there is more than one Liam Gray in Australia. Right? But what Liam's conflating it with is this. Back in March, the same 2020, I must say 2020, 2022. Liam, there was like a TRO basically put out against Liam, and he had to go to court for this TRO. And I redacted the first name. And the big talk at the time was how Liam had beat up his mom, right? It turned out it wasn't his mom. The lady involved in the case was his grandmother. But Liam had to go to court, and Liam kept denying that he had to go to fucking court for like a couple months. Liam's denying that he had to go to court because there's this other Liam Gray guy who had to be in court in Sydney the same day that Liam had to be in court in fucking Grafton. So he wants everybody to believe that he's not really Liam Gray. That Liam isn't Liam Gray. Liam even went so far as to say he had changed his legal name to Liam Gray, and that wasn't really his name. Liam Gray was a pen name. It's not his real name, even though the woman involved has the same fucking last name as Liam. So there are two Liam Grays, at least two. There's actually a whole bunch, but whatever. But both of them had been in custody somehow, or one of them was in custody. One of them, they both had to go to fucking court. So Liam thought he could fool everybody by saying, I'm not that Liam Gray. I'm this Liam Gray. And then you find out there's a whole nother fucking, it was just horrible, right? So he's conflating all of this shit. He's conflating JDA lying about Liam having a court date with Liam actually having a fucking court date that he kept denying. And even after it happened, he kept denying it. See, you had Liam Gray, and then there's the other Liam Gray, and one is in Grafton, and one is in Sydney, and one is in Central. That's a whole nother fucking Liam Gray case, right? So all of this shit is going on, and Liam's denying anything about having to go to court. And then what happens? He posts this. I didn't beat my wife. That is my nan. My nan lives in a granny flat on the back of my old property. When I found out that my brother had brought the parvo into the house, we got into a huge argument and a fight. The neighbors called the police, and I punched the wall because of stress. So the female officer felt that my nan would not be safe on the property with me there, and so put out an AVO on me on her behalf without asking her permission. We're currently fighting it in court. I didn't beat my wife or my nan. I got into a fight with my little brother when I found out cleaning the property of Parvo was going to cost $14,000 and the cops are stupid. It's thrown out of court because of the shitty Aussie legal system. We need to go back and get the AVO removed as a separate thing. Literally. Liam wants to know why I don't go back to him and ask him to clarify things, because after months of denying that he was involved in the courts in any fucking way, shape, or form, he admits it. Just fucking admits it. That he had to go to fucking court. Instead of starting off with, yeah, this is what this shit happened. We all knew he wasn't living at the house anymore. It's when he moved off into the fucking slums of Grafton. And it wasn't that house wasn't his house either. It was his nan's house. And no, Nan did not live in a little apartment in the back. She lived in the fucking house. So, yeah. This is why I don't ask you, Liam. Because eventually some of the story comes out, or maybe it's another lie. And no, I have no idea if you hit your grandma. No idea. I'd like to think that you didn't. Right? I'd like to say, yeah, that's all just talk. That's all just fucking testify. It's all just war camp. It's all just this, that, or the other. But I can't because you lied about it to begin with. You know, you just lied about it from the giddy up. And then we move on to Slick Jimmy. And the reason I'm doing this, Liam's self-aggrandizement, man. I put Slick Jimmy away. Based on an art reference folder for a character that, granted, was extremely lolly and underage. And I did see the ash can thing that he put out, which was fucking horrifying. And I know people who read his book, the full book, and said it was fucking horrifying, but they never would have guessed that this was his thing. So, people that knew him, people that talked with him, people that saw his art, people that were closer to Jimmy than Liam probably fucking was. And none of them would have guessed. You know how many fucking lolicons there are out there? Lots of fucking lolicons. But they're not wanting to diddle kids. Not really. They're not Slick Jimmy. Liam wants props for putting Slick Jimmy away suddenly. 3 years now, I guess. Oh shit, it's been 4 years almost. Over 4.5 years since Slick Jimmy was arrested. Now he wants us to believe it was him. Did Literature Devil like the book? I don't know. It would be kind of funny. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't like him either. But yeah, it's been almost 5 years. Liam contacted the FBI, he says. Well, according to the news article, on January 14, 2021, law enforcement was alerted by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children by way of the company Synchronos Technology, Inc., with a cyber tip. The company reported that James Randall Adams had downloaded photographs or videos of child abuse or exploitation material on November 18, 2020. He was turned in by his cloud service. That's what Synchronos Technologies is. They're the cloud service that Jimmy moved pornography through. It doesn't say some anonymous tip to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. No, they actually give you the fucking name of who called them and turned Jimmy the fuck in. And it doesn't say Liam Gray or Conquest Comics. So just stop. Just stop saying it was you. Just stop with all the bullshit. You don't own a farm. Your wife's not a vet. There's no need. God. People can like you. It's always possible that people will like you. Every time you go out and you have some sort of interaction, whether it's in real life or on the internet. But you know when they're not going to like you? They're not going to like you when you lie. Fuck. Ethan can't even keep backers, man. Jesus. And when you lie about stupid fucking shit, man, I know your wife isn't a vet. I know that you don't live on a fucking farm. I know the farm you're talking about. Like, this, it's all just so fucking dumb. You know, he says, I can't do videos. I have to do the live streams. They're my therapy session. Get a fucking psychiatrist. Do an hour Zoom with them. Fuck. I need to do live streams. I can't take the time to do edited videos. Dude. Bruh. Look at all these fucking videos molding over what people have said. Look at that shit. Just what people have said about you. There are maybe 3 of those videos that aren't some fucking response stream or some cry stream or some anger stream. Like, they don't have to be fancy videos. You can sit and you can talk to the fucking camera for 10 or 15 minutes about a topic. Maybe do a couple little edits and put it on the fucking internet. I can't do that because I need to do the live streams for my business. So instead of doing algorithm-friendly content, which will get shared automatically by the fucking algorithm, it likes shorter content videos. It just does. It's not hard. You say, I can't do it because I need to do this for my business when you're doing the one thing on this fucking platform guaranteed to throttle your growth. Yeah, I always like it when people say, you only have so many subs. Yeah, because I don't do anything to help my growth. Like, I know I don't. I am very much cognizant of that fact, and there's a reason for it. Maybe a little. Maybe just a little fucking bit. But there's so much. Just in the last couple days. I wanted to use those two examples to show, like, that you just can't. It's horrible, but you can't trust what he says about anything, because you never know if it's the truth, if it's a lie, if it's a little combo pack of both, which is why I'm totally confused by the whole fucking kangaroo thing. That's what really gets me about it, because I got this niggling thing that there's like this weird, I feel like it's a gay op of some sort. Almost feel like it's a gay op. You know? Almost. But here's the thing. What would be the point of it? Somebody calls the cops on Liam because of the kangaroo? Well, brah, you admitted to fucking breaking the damn thing's neck and illegally holding the Joey in your house. You still have it, apparently, according to you. I don't know where it is exactly because I think his wife's fucking out of town. I don't know. But he says he's still got the fucking kangaroo, baby. And if something happens because of that, if somebody does end up contacting the authorities, then anything that happens to you, Liam, is your own fault. Even though you'll sit there and you'll tell everybody it's because internet stalkers. Everything was fine. There was no problem. It was all just internet stalkers, my detractors, all this bullshit. Stick with Tony. You and Tony can just do your streams where you can bullshit each other and blow smoke up each other's asses. Because it's not like Tony ever tells us truth about anything either. But man, we need proof of life for the fucking Joey. Not really. And here's the thing too, like how much shit they actually take serious. I was joking with Risey today, and apparently I'm all butthurt over fucking Katie did because Risey called her a CG queen. I think. You know. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have international calling, Grift? Like, I don't. It would cost me $60. Straight Talk doesn't get, that international calling's fucking expensive. I looked at like smaller plans, but that's only to Canada and Mexico. Like, I want to fucking call Mexico. I only know one Canadian worth talking to. So, but yeah. So after all of that, there's a fucking penguin. It's a macaroni penguin. I love the unibrow. I'm done. Liam can do as many fucking response videos to this as he wants. I'll still talk about the fucking kangaroo. I expect that thing. God. Fucking kangaroo, man. The heartless way he talked about that the mother dying and just feeding it to his dogs was so disturbing to me. Like, just, and then repeating it, and then when he repeats it, every time he repeats it, he fucking laughs about it. You know? Like, he killed the little thing's mom. He bambied the fucking Joey. And maybe I just saw Bambi at a really young age and way too impressionable. Yes, I did want to name our first dog Thumper because I just seen it. My dad named the German Shepherd Rupert. However, he bambied the fucking Joey. Yeah. Sí, el de gusto. It doesn't make you tough. I mean, ooh. You give us some bullshit story about taking a fucking kangaroo down with your bare hands. Maybe you did. Maybe you managed to come up from behind it. But if you came up from behind it, then you certainly weren't in any fucking danger because you could have escaped the house. You all could have gone outside and waited for it to fucking leave. You didn't have to kill it. Let it tear up your fucking house. That's what insurance is for, right? You insured for that? I would imagine you'd be insured for something like that. Living out in the middle of fucking in the boonies in fucking Australia. You wouldn't have some sort of insurance for that kind of thing? But no. You couldn't wait for it to just leave your fucking house. You couldn't just lock it in a fucking room. You claim you killed it. And that bothers me. That really, really bothers me. On a deep level. And I've got, like, I don't have much of a soul. And I've just got this big, empty cast iron cavity in the shape of a heart in the middle of my chest. But you fucking killed a kangaroo for no good fucking reason. And now talking about raising the joey, which you can't, because it's illegal. Because we know you don't have a permit. Anyway. You all have a great fucking night. I will see you maybe next week. I don't know. I will be taking a day off later on in the month because I got a friend coming in from out of town, and I'm not going to try to fucking stream over the weekend, over that weekend. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So, that's not for a couple more weeks. So I should be here next week. I'll shoot for Monday, but it'll be Tuesday because this taking my time editing shit is getting way too good to me. Way too good. Have a great night, everybody. And thanks for stopping by.